This is page 47 in your math journal. Make sure you give it the page number 47. Some of you are forgetting to do that in your math journal. Okay, this one's going to have the title of Time Passing. All we are talking about is how much time passes between one point in time to another point in time. So minutes and hours. But some people are struggling with figuring out how much time has passed or how much time they need. So I'm just going to do one on that. So we're going to skip one line. And then I want you to write use time benchmarks to help figure out how much time has passed. Okay, and by time benchmarks, I'm talking like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and so on. All right, so let's say you have an example that asks you to know how much time is it from, so let's see. How long, let's make this a story problem. How long was the movie if it started at 10:43 a.m. and ended at 12:05 p.m. So how long was the movie? If we're trying to figure out how long the movie was, we need to look from 10:43 to 12:05. So I'd like to draw a timeline. Okay, so we have the start of the movie at 10:43. And then I'd like to look at what benchmark times happened between there. So 10:43, 10 o'clock's back here, so the next benchmark time would have been 11 o'clock. So I'm going to put a benchmark here of 11 o'clock. Okay, then another benchmark time of 12 o'clock. And then the movie ended at, well, this seems really big compared, so I'll scribble that part out. The movie ended at 12:05. So let's look at the time span between those times. So we're looking in minutes. So how many minutes long was the movie? Well, from 10:43 to 11 o'clock, if I just count up my minutes, 10:43 to 10:50 would have been 7 minutes. And then 10 more minutes to make it to 11 o'clock. So 17 minutes passed in this space. Okay, here we have a whole hour that passed, so that would be 60 minutes. And then from 12 to 12:05 was 5 more minutes. So I had 17 minutes plus 60 more minutes plus 5 more minutes. So how many minutes long was that movie? 17 plus 60 would be 77. Plus 5 more would be 83. No, 82. So the movie was 82 minutes long. Okay, let's try another one like that. Skip a space. So let's do Jenny was at practice from 4:35 p.m. until 7:10 p.m. How many minutes was practice? Okay, so we have our start and end starting at 4:35. Okay, the next benchmark time would be 5 o'clock. 6 o'clock would have passed, and then even up to 7 o'clock. Okay, there's my benchmark times, and then it ended at 7:10. So how long was she at practice? Let's see, make that a little clearer. There, hopefully that's a little bit more clear. Okay, so from 4:35 to 5 o'clock, that was 25 minutes. Between 5 and 6 o'clock, that's 60 minutes because that was an hour. Here was another 60 minutes. Then between 7 and 7:10 is 10 minutes. So if I were to add these up, 10, 25, plus 60, plus 60, plus 10. Okay, I'm going to add the ones that are easy to me first. So 60 and 60 is 120. 120 plus 10 is 130. 130 plus 25 is 155 minutes total. Now, what would that be in hours and minutes? Well, add up my whole hours. I have 60 minutes here and 60 minutes here, so that would have been 2 hours. And then that would have left 25 plus 10 and 35 minutes. So whichever way you want to look at it, it's both the same amount of time. But since it asked how many minutes was practice, this would have been the answer. But sometimes it will ask how many hours and minutes, would have been this one. Okay, one more. So skip one line. And we're going to say Gage was at the dentist from 11:23 a.m. until 12:04 p.m. How long was he at the dentist? Or how long was his appointment? Let's do that. It's a little shorter. Okay, so we're starting at 11:23. Okay, our first benchmark time in that would be 12 o'clock. And then I need to go to 12:04. Okay, so between 11:23 and 12 o'clock, 23 plus 7 would get me to 11:30. And then 30 more minutes. So this was 37 minutes. Or you can just count up, right? 23, 24, 25 till you get to 60 or 12 o'clock. So there's 37 minutes in between here and there. And then 12 to 12:04 is another 4 minutes. So 37 plus 4 gives it the dentist for a total of 41 minutes. Okay, this will be kind of useful for tomorrow's lessons, so make sure you have this written down.